In this video, I'm going to teach you 4 things you can do right now to improve the mobility of your knee. Knee mobility is really important because if your knee doesn't move properly, it's going to be really hard for you to bend, crouch, get down on the floor, get back up from the floor, even simple things like going up and down stairs. If you don't have proper knee mobility, those activities are going to be affected. So the first thing we're going to do is some soft tissue work to work on the main muscle that controls knee mobility, which is your quadricep muscle. It's this big muscle in the front. So we're going to use our lacrosse balls. Again, you can use a foam roller, you can use a water bottle, whatever you got in your house. Lay flat down onto your stomach, and what you're going to do is work on the quadricep, which is this muscle that goes to the front of the hip all the way down to the top of the knee. So starting here, you're gonna put pressure down into those lacrosse balls and then just bring your knee into full flexion and full extension. Just bend it as far as you can go, straighten it as far as you can go. We're gonna do this for 2 minutes. I say every 4 or 5 times you go back and forth with this knee, then you're just gonna find a different spot to work on. If you find spots in that quadricep that feel a little bit more restricted or you have a little bit more discomfort when the lacrosse balls are there, then make sure you spend a little bit more time on that. But that will kind of break up inflammation, scar tissue that has developed over time in that muscle in the front, which is the quadricep. The next thing you're gonna do is a deep squat hold. So find something that's not gonna go anywhere, banister, door frame, kitchen table, whatever. And what you're gonna do is try to get your knees bent as much as you possibly can. So try to get into end range flexion. So after you get there, you're gonna shift your weight side to side. Remember the 3 rules of a deep squat is keep toe straight ahead, heels on the ground, knees out. Okay? If you can do that, then just explore different areas of that knee flexion to make sure that you're getting full bend in that knee. If you can't get all the way down, that's fine. So you're just kind of coming as far as you can go and then kind of getting into different range of motion there is going to be really, really important. If that is not tolerable or you can't stay down into that position, here's a modification that you can do for that. So get on the edge of your bed, heels off the end, and what you can do is kind of play around with the position of your knees. Start knees about shoulder width apart, and then all you're going to do is just sink your hips back towards your heels. Now, try to do this on something really soft like a bed because a lot of people that don't have good knee range of motion don't tolerate kneeling on like a hard surface. So find something that's soft. If you get on the floor, you can put some pillows down to kind of protect the knee, but really just kind of sinking your hips back and kind of shifting weight side to side. Same thing that we were doing in that deep squat hold, but we can have a little bit more control of it here. And if you don't tolerate that very well, and this is a really good regression from that. And then once you get really good at this, then you can transition back into that deep squat hold. Okay, the last stretch that we're gonna do to try to help improve your knee mobility is a stretch for that quadricep. So we've beaten it up a little bit with soft tissue work. We've worked on the joint by getting into our hand heel rock and our deep squat stretch. Now we really wanna stretch this muscle out. So we call this a couch stretch. You can use a couch. I'm gonna use a chair. I don't have any couches here in the office, but you can use anything that works to try to get your knee down to the ground and your foot supported on something that's up by your hip. So you're gonna get into a position like this, and having something kind of here to stabilize yourself is important. You can have another chair, another piece of furniture, but from here what you wanna do is get this knee down to the ground, okay? And then now you can kind of vary the amount of stretch that you have there. So from here, the more upright I get, the more pull I'm gonna feel in the front of that quadricep. If you need some protection for your knee, putting a pillow or a pad down, that can be helpful. But holding this stretch here, feeling a really good stretch in the front of the muscle here, the quadricep muscle, the muscle in the front of the knee, is what you want, and no pain in your knee when you're doing this. So again, with a stretch, you're gonna hold this for a long period of time. 20, 30 seconds is not gonna do it. You've gotta hold it for at least 2 minutes. And if you can hold it for 2 minutes and keep working on that, that muscle in the front of the leg will lengthen, your quadricep will get longer, it will take stress off of the joints in the knee, and will allow that knee to move better. Okay, if you liked this information and you want some more resources and tips, then just look at the description below in this video. And if you like this content, you want to do more movement challenges, mobility work, then make sure that you like and subscribe our channel. Okay, hope you guys like that, and as always, just keep moving.